Okay, another week, another reel. This week, gonna bring back the movie book. You don't know what that is. A couple of episodes ago, it was on our Sonic the Hedgehog episode, or Werehog, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I brought out my movie book, which was basically a compilation of movies I've watched and like kind of reviewed. So yeah, it was very misogynistic and
Sorry,
um.
I'm not laughing at misogyny.
I said Gal Gadot sounded like she sold me apples or whatever.
It's
But
orange.
oranges, that's it. But this week I think I'll go for I'll do a double whammy because they're kind of short. But context for this one, I watched these two movies on Mother's Day,
Oh, okay.
and
Don't say the titles of the films. I'm gonna try and guess what they are based off the review, or are they really
okay,
obvious?
I'm gonna have to try and say what.
Okay.
The first one kind of is, the second one kind of is, maybe not.
Okay.
I don't know,
We'll see.
but
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm gonna okay. Blank works as a spin-off and up-to-date version of the Blank movies.
Hobbs and Shaw.
I don't often find movies like this incredible, but it's just good. Only thing about it is the girl, she was really unneeded. He, something played by something because it gives away,
Mm.
said that he needs her. She is his inspiration, but she's bland and slightly deaf, which was unneeded. But other than that, this movie was good.
Creed.
Yeah, correct.
Yay! Yeah, boy. It was a slightly deaf thing that got me.
Yeah. So the bits that were missing was Creed works, the Rocky movies,
Oh yeah.
and
Spin off. Yeah.
Adonis Creed slash Michael B. Jordan's character.
Nice.
Okay, the next one.
Fucking love Creed.
This movie is pretty sad. Somehow you can connect with a child. Sometimes it's the children with the message you connect with more. What the
What?
fuck?
You this fucking poet over here. Is it boy in the striped pajamas?
No. Okay. But this child was 5, and I like read over this a couple of
Yeah.
times. Years old, just discovering the world. Often people do say that they 5-year-olds that is discover they, comma 5-year-olds that is discover, but this child was different, as he was stuck inside
He was stuck
a
inside
room.
what? Sorry. Oh.
Going into this film,
Is it
you
room?
must be. Yeah, it is. That's why I paused because I was like, should I say this?
Yeah.
Is it
Thing is, I
okay?
was gonna ask if it was Wonder, which is also the same fucking Jacob
Yeah.
Tremblay.
Going into this film, you must be in the right frame of mind. It's almost like Tarantino. It's nothing like Tarantino. What am I on about? What?
As in, like,
Only sad and not bloody. I could say the same about like any other film. It's like Tarantino, only fucking upbeat and about time travel. What's that? I don't know. Meet the Robinsons. Anyway, roll the thing.
The two damn cousins out, they're watching movies.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Reinventing the Real. This week, another random episode, I'm guessing, because
Yeah.
next week we're going back onto our regularly scheduled, like, kind of
Programming.
format, because we've got a thing. We could have done it this week, but it just works out better with the numbers. So, yeah, if you don't know what we are, Reinvent the Real, where we take our favourite movies, TV shows, games, anything, and repitch slash remake the movies, giving it a nice real spin. Say. So, yeah. Anyway, how are you this week?
Oh, I thought you were talking to the listener for her. I don't know why you've got such a radio voice. It's so
Thank you,
soothing.
thank
Like
you.
the way you're sat right now is very calming. Yeah, no, I'm pretty good. I mean, deadlines they're a sneaking.
Yeah.
I've got 9,000 words to get done in like 2
Oy
weeks.
vey.
But I'm getting there.
Soon come.
Yeah. By next week next podcast. Ask me again how
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Fair
You'll be able to
enough,
tell by how many times my voice quakes. But yeah, no. Yeah, yourself? How you been this week?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. been kind of a long week, but
Yeah,
we come through,
this is true.
and I'm just excited to be here again.
It sounds on my every Tuesday is a great day.
Yeah. Um, I feel like I was thinking this week I want to like talk about the last episode a little bit,
Yeah.
but I can't remember what I actually wanted to say about it.
Like how
I don't
great
know.
it went and how much everyone
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah, I mean it was a strange new format, but
Mm.
I kind of liked it, and I wouldn't mind doing something like it again.
Like a little rapid
Like,
fire. Pew pew.
yeah,
Yeah.
and maybe like with different movies as well. We just, I don't know, maybe that's something we put out on like our Instagram or something, our socials, and say, hey, drop us some films you want us to like put into the randomizer or something, and maybe we can just go through the comments and just
Yeah.
do a quick fire on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
good things.
Maybe we could do like a quick pitch kind of. Like we take a film, we set a timer for like 2 minutes, and we have to pitch the film in 2 minutes.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Anyway, we probably shouldn't be doing a podcast meeting on air.
Yeah.
Do you want to say the thing, Cameron?
Yeah, spin that reel.
Dear.
Oh,
Okay.
what
Oh,
we got here?
okay. Do you remember that week where we were like, "Oh, should we just add a load of board games?"
All right, yeah.
Out of the board games that we put down, which one do you think would be
Mm-hmm.
the most difficult to make a film?
Connect 4?
Okay, the second most difficult to make a film out of.
I can't remember all of them.
So we got Scrabble.
Oh, for fuck. All right.
Maybe
yeah.
like a spy thriller set in like the 1960s or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe something like Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
A bunch of old people that are playing
Just playing Scrabble.
Scrabble.
The randomizers we got are. Oh, I didn't press spin. It has to include a traumatic event.
Oh,
That's easy.
yeah.
That sounded harder than I. Sorry, I did. Yeah. Uh, we have to Pixarify it.
Okay.
I mean, most Pixar films have traumatic events in anyway, so
Yeah.
tick, 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 tick. Also means it has to be animated. Tick, 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 tick. And requires random musical number.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
We're back. Oh yeah.
Return of the
So-
Mac. Get what it is, what it does, what it is, what it is. Wait, the guy who did that song,
Yeah.
what's his name?
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Not Ryan Lewis or the chunky black guy who sings.
Is it Ben? Or Macklemore?
Yeah, him. How do you say his
Yeah.
name?
Macklemore? I say Macklemore. I know you can say Macklemore.
I've been saying Macklemore all my life, and I'm the only person who I know who says Macklemore.
Yeah.
But I was unaware of this until like a year ago,
Ah.
and it blew my fucking mind. Sorry. Get rid of that. No swearing. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. So we are doing.
A Scrabble Pixar traumatic musical.
Yeah, we can
Wow. All right, let me fire up the jets real quick.
do this.
What we got going here? All right.
Do we want any actor? Should we spin the actor randomizer as well? It's been a minute since we've done that.
Yeah, sure. We can have a. We'll
Yeah.
go for our main character, who's the main voice, because I like it being animated.
Yeah. So, are we gonna get a male or a female, or keep going? Oh, thank God! We almost got Melissa McCarthy, but it just missed, and we got Zendaya instead.
It's nice.
So Zendaya is playing Jenny Scrabble.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know. I can't think of a. I can't. Okay. So maybe. I'm not. I can't think of a plot outside of like a Scrabble tournament.
So it starts off. Jenny is young. Maybe let's not call her Scrabble.
Yeah.
but
Yeah. No.
Just
yeah.
Jenny.
Just Jenny.
She's quite young. I don't know, maybe like she's like born. It's like it's in the hospital. She's like born. Her mom's like holding her. Her grandmother's there. Her dad's there. You know, it's all nice. And then like things like things seem all nice. Like she lives with her mom and dad and her grandmother,
Yeah.
and like it's going through like her growing up. It's all nice. It's all lovely music. She's like taking her first steps. She's like blowing out birthday candles.
Like
First day of
like
school.
very up-esque, like
Yeah,
nice.
and then her there's like a shot where it's her parents like going out the door waving to her like she's her grandma's holding to them. They're waving out the door back. They're in a car and
Gee,
then
something's coming. I can
yeah,
tell. Yeah.
yeah. So they're in a car accident. You know, like her mom's in a coma. Her dad like he didn't even have a chance because the car went straight into him.
Yeah.
And like she's really sad. But then the next bit's gonna sound like an advert for the game, but like the thing that's like getting her through is like
Okay.
playing Scrabble with her nan.
Nice. Okay.
And like yeah, they're like uplifted. She goes to visit her mom. Her mom's like gets out of it, but she's disabled. She can't walk anymore.
Mm.
And yeah, things still seem nice. And then it's like going into like high school, and this is when like the dialogue kind of starts.
Okay.
And Zendaya's all like, I'm gonna be late for school, mom. Like, I gotta hurry up. And I don't know her. Maybe she's like a certain ethnicity or something. So they've got like very core, like, this is how the family is sort of thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh Jenny, I I don't know where I was going with that. How you gotta do something. I don't know.
Okay.
Forget I said any of that.
Okay.
Whatever. Uh, so her grandma is like still looking after her. Her mom's like just in the front room, like watching a Jeremy Kyle or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
And
so,
it
so this is in the UK.
no, I just
Oh, okay.
first thing came to
Yeah.
mind.
Valid. Cool.
Uh, and she's like, "Oh, love you, mom. Love you, Baba. Let's call her Baba." She calls her Baba.
Nice.
And so that heads off to school, and then she's like, the nan's like, "Oh, wait, you forgot your," and then she's already gone.
Nice.
And I don't know, it's like a lucky hat or something.
Okay.
She's going to school. She's like quite popular. She knows people there. Like, yeah, oh, Jenny, did you see the that new music
Scrabble
video?
tournament?
Oh,
No, no.
yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so she's in school and she's doing pretty well. And they're like, oh, club sign-ups. It's coming out. Like, this is what you have to join a club this year. Like, otherwise, you know, you have to do extracurricular in the summer or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So everyone's like,
And she's
ah.
like, yeah, nobody knows what it is, but it's like on a first come, first serve basis.
Yeah.
And so Jenny's like very helpful in that. And she's like, her teacher's like, oh, can you come here? Like, I need your help with something. She's like, yeah, sure. But like, Jenny's like got her mind set on like a club that she wants to join. I don't know, maybe give me something. What club should
Like
it be?
cheerleading or something like that.
Yeah,
Something
okay. She
like,
wants to join the cheerleading squad, and everyone's like, yeah, you need like they want her on the team as well.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, her best friend, some glasses girl, she's all like, "Oh, Jenny, where are you? Like, you're gonna run out of time and all that." And she's like, "Oh, I'm just helping Miss Pernicus with
Sorry, I don't know where that got me. Sorry.
with like some of the cleaning the textbooks." They're like, "Oh, god damn it! Like, get here quick! It's starting to fill up." I'm kind of taking this sort of plot line, the club thing from an episode of Simpsons.
Nice.
Is when Bart joins the ballet.
I don't think I've seen that episode. No, I know I haven't seen that episode.
It's a pretty good episode. Anyway,
Okay.
so yeah, she's like, she just finishes and teacher's like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, to keep you behind. I know, like, it's gonna be pretty hard just to get the club now.
Get
And
the
so, like,
club.
yeah, and she's like running in there, runs up to cheerleading, and they're like, oh, we're so sorry, like, we're all booked up on this now. She's like, oh, just give me a chance, Miss for fun t-shirt. You know, like you know me. Like you've been teaching me dance, right? She's like, yeah, I know, but I can't bend the rules for you. And she's like, oh, why don't you go try another club? And then she runs over to like street dance club or something. It's
Yeah.
just kind of close to it. And they're like, oh, sorry, we're all booked up. Goes to like soccer or football, and they're
What
like,
about
nah.
Katara?
She's like, no, no, no.
Sorry.
We're all booked up, all booked up. And then like she's looking around, and then there's just like the board game club.
Yeah.
They're like the only one who's left.
Yeah. It's like a
He's like,
real like
oh, for
Monsters
God's sake.
University. Like no one wants to go there, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like walks over and she's like, oh, I guess is there a place for us? And they're like, oh, a girl. But you're popular. How? Why are you like coming over
Yeah.
with us? She's like, well, there's nothing else left. And she's like, they're like, oh, well, we're so glad to have you. Like, we play loads of different board games. You know, we've got Scrabble, uh, One Monopoly, uh,
Sorry.
Connect Five.
Sorry.
I'm trying to like get it because what
Yeah.
I'm trying to set up here is like they haven't got the rights to all these board
Yeah.
games. So like, Who Done It
Um,
and
um,
uh,
um, a patient with assortment of weird injuries beginning.
Falling Tower.
Anorexic rhinos.
So anyway, yeah.
Oh, fucking
they
Jenga.
go through
Oh,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
Falling
yeah,
Towers. Yeah.
Just
So they go through
out of
that, and
bar.
they're like, she's like, yeah, whatever. And at least you've got like this. They're like, well, we'll see you after school, like 4:30 or whatever. He's like, yeah, yeah, sure, whatever. And then she goes to like actually dip out on it, and then like the principal's there, and he's like, oh, Jenny, what you doing? You know you should be in club right now. And she's like, yeah, the one I got wasn't for me. They're like, well, would you rather have your summer taken up, or would you rather spend like an hour a day like doing something that you might find you enjoy? He's like, oh, well, like, maybe when you put it like that, and I don't know, maybe like she gets a call from her, and she's like, oh, where are you? Like, dinner was ready 20 minutes ago, or whatever. She's like, oh, school's started a new curriculum thing, and I've had to join. And they're like, oh, did you get on the cheerleading squad? Yes, finally. And then
Yeah.
he's like, oh, well, not
Wait,
exactly.
Who's this? The mum.
This is her nan on the
The
phone.
nan. Okay.
So, like, her mum's in the background as well. It's like on speaker or
Okay.
something. And she's like, oh, you got it. Did you get into the cheerleading squad? I remember when I did that, and then
Yeah.
it kind of like gets depressing because she's
Paralyzed.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, she just wanted to do cheerleading to make her mum proud, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's like, oh, not exactly. No, maybe she lies. She goes, yeah,
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
cheerleading. And she's like, oh, gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
the girls need me for practice.
Oh, your
Bye,
dad
bye,
would be
bye.
so proud of you. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is when the first musical number kicks in.
Okay.
She's
Oh
like,
wait, yeah. So maybe it's the mum then, because the nan would be more like, oh yeah, we used to play Scrabble. That's fine or whatever.
yeah,
But the mum's like trying to live vicariously through her daughter, because
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
And so first musical number is
Dum, bum, bum, dum, bum,
something along the lines of doing something you don't want to do, but you have to do it anyway.
Nice.
Any lyric ideas?
Wait, give me a backing track of some kind. Keep going. Mm. Here I am, stuck in a place I don't know, stuck with these hoes I don't like. I want to be a cheerleader, but I'll never be the leader. Why can't I be in the lead? Why do I have to hang out with these guys who are out of my league? It's not like that. There's just social dynamics. They are mechanics of games. I wanna be twirling through the sky. They wanna be stacking their Jenga. No, we don't have the rights to that. Their tower block so high. I don't wanna be taking games. I don't know. I don't think I ever had it. I was gonna say I lost it, but it was never there. Cameron, you give it a shot. Second verse, go.
Making mistake, missing the time. All of this because I'm just such a nice person. Missed my shot to be the best. Now I'm playing Scrabble with Fat Jimmy Lest. He's the best. Donuts. I don't know when to go with this either.
Yeah, alright, let's keep it pushing.
Girl, she said, you want to take it from here actually?
Yeah.
Like I went on a bit.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So it's just her like singing like around the school, like a real like like bet on it, kind of like no, not bet on it. In High School Musical 3, and he's like, I don't know where to go, and he's like flipping around. It's like that, and he's like looking out, and he's like, oh, that's where I should be, and maybe there's a cute boy she likes or something, but but instead her arch nemesis, who's like played by Madeline Petch or some shit like that, is out there. I just don't like Madeline Petch. Is out there with her instead, and she's just like, oh, and then she like turns around and looks at the classroom, like where the board game thing, and they were like, me, with like they're all playing like fucking Bakugan or some shit like that. Like Beyblade, we're all playing Beyblade. And they're like, oh, you're here, we've got an even number, we can finally start. And so they start training. No, but they're just doing like practice, and she's like, what are we practicing for? Do we not just play games? He's like, oh, don't be silly. He's like, if we win the there's a board game like convention or something, and there are like of course different events for different games and stuff, so everyone here, we all specialize in different things, I'm the tower block man, this guy's thing, and Jimmy over there, Jimmy's our Scrabble king. And Jimmy's like a kind of cute mysterious bad boy in the corner. He's like, he's like the Heath Ledger in 10 Things I Hate About You. He's just there, and he's like, yeah, mate, I didn't know. But he's just like, he's like, I'm pretty good at Scrabble, I guess. And she's like, is that so? And he's like, yeah, I know so. And she's like, alright. And there's a bit of like between the two of them, but not really, because she's like, whatever, I want to get with Jimmy Smits or whatever, isn't it? I don't know. So they're all like training and playing and stuff, like, it makes it sound like they're children. Maybe you see like her guards start to come down a bit, like around these people. They're getting on a bit more, and then she's at home, and she like sees her mum in the bathroom, like on the floor, and her like the wheelchair's off to the side, and she's just like coughing into the toilet or something, because she's not doing too well at the minute. She's got internal bleeding or something. I don't know, something like that. So then you see her like sit down and play Scrabble with her nan in the evening. And they're just kind of talking. And the nan's like, oh, how's school? How's this? How's that? And she's like, yeah, it's not too bad. I've been doing this and this and this and this and this. And she's like, no. How are you, Jenny?
Oh.
And she's like, I don't know. I'm just, there's so much stress to always be the best in everything, and like I never want to let mum down, especially because, well, she hasn't been the same since, and then like the nan's like, yeah, I know. So I miss my son every day too,
Yeah.
And it's like a real heartfelt moment or something between the two of them while they're playing Scrabble, and like the words they're spelling out like pertain to the conversation they're having. Or something like I don't know, like blah 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 blah, and then the nan's just like so maybe it looks like Jenny's winning, and then the nan goes to get up and she's like, okay. So Jenny's like, oh, it's just me and Dad, we were always so, and then puts down CL, there's an O on a triple word score. I don't know if that's a thing. S and an E, so like close.
No,
it doesn't work. Damn, I really thought I was about to do something. But then I was going to be like, and then the nan comes and puts URE, but that's not used for a closure. So something to the effect of that, though.
Yeah.
And like the nan gets up and puts the last like letters down and walks off, and you just see Jenny like look down and go. And she comes in and she's like, "Hey," and they're like they're playing like Magic the Gathering or some shit like
Yeah.
that. Every time they come in, they're playing another like knockoff game.
Yeah.
He's like, ah! He's like, you. How much do we win if we win this thing? She's like, he's like, oh, well, you know, each individual event you win, each person gets 20 grand. And she's like, I'm sorry, what? 20 grand for a board game? And he's like, yeah. He's like, quite a few people like board games. There's a lot of money in the industry. So she's like, how many events can like one person apply for? And he's like, I think it's like 5 or something like that.
Oh,
And
damn.
they need like 100 grand for. Well, she needs 100 grand for the operation for her mum or something.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Oh, damn, say less, cuz." So then you see like a training montage of her like falling asleep in class, and then it will like
Yeah.
pan over, and she's like playing like Connect 4 like speed run, but like with a blindfold on to like
Yeah.
a situational way. And then it cuts back to her in like gym class, and she's like barely with it, and then it cuts to her doing operation, and everyone around her like, "Ooh!" It's a real it's like that, you know. Then you
Yeah.
see her playing Scrabble with the sexy loner boy at the back. Let's call him Bakugo.
All right.
Nah, that takes me out of it too much. Steven, we'll call him Steven.
All right.
Yeah, because that's a better name. Just, so you see like her playing, and everyone's like, "Oh!" and he's like just in the corner, and he looks up from like he's always got a book or something, and he
Yeah.
looks up and he goes, and then maybe like end of the montage there's a point, and she's like, "Yes, I did it! I beat thing. Who's next?" And he like she's like really like feeling herself, and he's like,
Mhm.
"I mean, what?" And she's like, "What? What have you got to say?" He's like, "Well, I mean, so your fundamentals are okay, but you know you could have won that game like 4 moves earlier."
Oh ho ho.
And she's like, "Oh, do you want to bet?" And she's like, "Oh, I know." And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Because I feel like all you do is talk a big game, but I've never seen you think. How do we even know you can spell?" And everyone goes,
Oh. Oh.
and then they sit down, and again it's like a back and forth between the two of them, and he smokes her like that,
Ugh.
and he gets up and walks out, and they're like, "What the hell? Do you not know who that is? That's what do I say his name was?
Steven.
That's Steven Scrabble, son of..." And she's like, as in, he's like, "Yes, as in heir to the Scrabble empire."
Oh my.
And do you want to take it from there?
Yeah. Okay. So,
Steven Scrabble.
she's like, "Oh God, no wonder he smoked me." Well, maybe they're like, "Oh, he's not allowed to compete in the Scrabble tournaments though because because of who he is." Like,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Well, I've got to get him to train me. Like, not only do I want to like win the tournament, but I wouldn't mind smoking my nan as well." She just wants to beat her nan. Yeah. So she like runs after him, and she goes, "Hey, you gotta teach me. Like, I know you can't go in." He's like, Why would I want to do that?" She's like, "Well, I'll give you some of the money." She's like, "I don't want the money.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing in this for me. Like, I don't care." And she's like, I don't know, what would something good that she could?
Yeah, what does Steven Scrabble want?
Maybe he just wants to like dance or something. maybe
My dad.
maybe she's like
Yeah.
maybe she's like, "I'll get you that place on the cheerleading team you wanted." And he's like, "You mean it?"
Yeah.
And she's like,
Look at
"Yeah,
us shattering gender norms.
yeah." She's like, "Yeah, trust me." And he's like, "All right, get me that place, and then I'll have you winning games in 6 moves straight." She's like, "Make it 4. You got yourself a deal. 5, and I want a bag of jelly beans to go with it.
Nice.
Got yourself a deal." So they shake on it, and then the bell rings or whatever, and then like she's at home now. They're having dinner, and she her mum's like, "Oh, Jenny, you look really worn out, tired. I guess
Sorry.
the cheerleader has been like messing with you loads, and she like kind of chokes on her dinner. She's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, that's it." And her nan's been noticing like, "Oh, you've been wanting to play Scrabble with me a lot. How have you got time to play Scrabble and like doing your cheerleading?" She's like, "Well, you know me, I like to keep busy." And
Yeah.
the mom's like, "Yeah, that's my girl, always doing the best she can. You know, if I didn't have you, I don't know where I'd be right now." It's kind of a sad thing, and
Yeah.
she's like on the verge of tears, and she's like, "Mom, it's something I need to tell you." And she goes to like say that she's gonna go in the tournament.
Yeah.
Then like the door goes, and then she's like, "Oh, who could that be at the time?" It's like the nan's like, "Oh, I'll go get it." And then she's like, the mom's like, "Oh, what do you want to tell me quick?" And she's like, don't worry. It was just about like some of my exams and stuff. Don't worry about it." It's like, "Oh, okay, no worries, no worries." And then the nan goes, "Oh, Jenny, it's your friend. It's her friend from earlier who like
Yeah.
called her up on the phone like to say about the cheerleading thing."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, Jenny, I gotta talk to you about cheerleading." And they're like, "Oh, go, you need to go talk about this. Don't worry about your dinner." Like, she's like, "Oh no, I need to wash up and stuff." And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Yes, sir. You got a chance to get in." She's like, "Shut up, shut up." Close the door behind her. She's like,
Yeah.
"My mum already thinks I'm in. I don't want to tell her that I'm not, because it'll just shatter her."
There's only.
She's like, "Oh, right, sorry."
Yeah. There's only one spot left, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, "We need you. Like, we don't work without you. You know, you're like the core of the pyramid. You know, without you, we're all shaky. Instead, we've got Gina Louise, and she's like
Oh.
all over the place. She couldn't do a
Gina
handstand if
Louise.
it. She couldn't do a handstand to save her life, and she's like, "Oh, this could be it for me." Like, and like the teacher, she wants you to be the captain. Like, if it, like, you know, if this could be it for us, and we all go and we can win like some money in the cheerleading thing. She's like, "Oh damn, this is big."
Yeah.
Now she's got to choose between whether she wants to do the cheerleading or stick with the Scrabble. And it's like, she's like, "Oh," she's like, "Yeah, if you come tomorrow, or like come on this day," and it's like the same day as the tournament or whatever.
Mm.
So, yeah, come on this day. It's like a run through thing. We could do it. You'll have your space just for showing up, pretty much. She's like, "Oh, but I'm with the board game club." That old shit. Like, you still want to do that? What the hell is wrong with you? Like, this is cheerleading. This is the rest of your life. Like, come on.
This is what really matters, you know?
Yeah. Thought it was some like board game. Like, cheerleading will outlive board games. When I'm pretty sure board games probably been out longer than cheerleading, but whatever.
Nah, never that.
So she's like, "Right, I'll think about it." She's like, "No, you won't think about it. I know you'll be there." Like, "All right, okay then." She goes in, and then her mom's like, "Ah, talking about some of the moves from today then, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, something like that." And then she just goes to bed and I don't know, she starts singing. She starts having a musical number about like, it's just a 4-letter word on the board.
Yeah.
And in my heart, that's a 5-letter word. And around, another 5 letters. Circumventing 9 letters.
Kill that shit. Keep going, son. You're in the
I don't
pocket.
know how many letters there is. And yeah. But now I wanna CHEERLEADER.
Oh,
Cheerleader. I mean, wait, I didn't mean to have the ER on the end.
Oh,
Now I
think
wanna
that- CHEERLEAD. Cheerlead. Yeah.
But now my brain's all SCRAMBLED. Scrambled.
Scrambled.
I meant to do Scrabble, but I went with Scrambled. So
Now my brain's all scrabbled. Oh, no, now my brain's in a scramble. Because I can't stop thinking about Scrabble.
word. Oh no.
3, Letter word.
Next day, so
Yeah.
she goes in and he's like slams the Scrabble board on the table. He's like, right, you know what you want, I know what I want. Like, let's get this over with.
I know you want it.
And she's like, well, about that. And he's like, don't be going back on me now. You promised me that space.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I was kind of banking on there being 2 spaces, but there's only 1. He's like, well, don't tell me you want to be on the squad as well. He's like, that's all I ever wanted. He's like, nah, all you want is like think about yourself. That's all you preppy girls are just like that or whatever. And
Yeah.
that he just like storms off and he's like, no, Scrabble, come back. And yeah, do you want to take it from here?
Okay. He's like, no, scrum, and then he like runs off or whatever. And she's like, whatever, I don't need those guys. And then like she goes to go off to the thing, and maybe they're being held in the same like convention center. These 2
Oh
big
yeah,
end things for no reason at all.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And so she bumps into the guys like at sign up, and they're like, oh thank God, there you are. He's like, you're doing like 4 of our events for us.
oh Jesus.
Where did you go? And she's like, and she's like, it's just, and then like Madeline Petch's character comes up from behind and goes, hey, come on, you ready to go? He's like, we got to go prep our double axle, triple lift, dildo. I don't know anything about cheerleading. Tuck front, a tuck front, that's a thing. Yeah, no, that's it. And they just stop and go, wow, okay. Wow. Okay. And she's like, "Oh no, no, you know what, Jenny? For someone who didn't want to be in this club, you're really good at playing games,
Oh, that's good. That's good.
right?" And like, just walks off. And maybe there's like a silent character in the back, and he's just like,
Yeah, no.
and then she gets to the thing, and they do the first number, and they're like, "Ready? Okay." I got everything I wanted. Why aren't I happy? I'm doing flips while feeling crappy. I'm doing the dance that my mom can't do. But why do I feel like do? It's because I miss my friends. I miss my friends. I miss my friends. They were there till the end. I could have got a triple score on the Scrabble. But instead, now I'm here and I'm in trouble with my friends. I should be with them till the end. Not here playing Scrabble. I mean, I should be playing Scrabble. And then, like, she turns around and she's like, I can't do this, I'm sorry. Yeah, and she just, like, hops out. And they're like, what? You're the base of the... What? And, like, the whole pyramid just, like, collapses. And she gets to the place. And she's like, "Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened there. Blah blah blah." Maybe she had that talk she had with her nan. She was saying something like, you should do what makes you happy, not your mum, etc., etc. Yeah. And she's like, "This is what makes me happy. You guys, you're my friends." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, we forgive you. Blah blah blah." And she's like, "So what do we say? We go win this thing then?" And they're like, "We are, look." And it's just, what's his name? Jonathan Scrabble. What's his name?
Yeah, Steven
Scrabble. He's like playing 2 games at the same time. So he's playing like Jenga and Connect 4. Like simultaneously. He's like running
Jesus
back and forth. and they're like, and there's like a commentator, and they're like, well, I've never seen anything like this, folks. He's barreling on. He's doing a two-spin. Oh my God, look at him. Oh, he's trapped him in. He's hit him with the Turkish maneuver. The Turkish maneuver. That's a very advanced move. And then like he gets right up to, so he beats him on Connect 4. Everyone goes crazy. Runs back. The thing's like wobbling on Jeggle. You know what I mean?
Checking.
Yeah, it's like it's shaking. He like smacks one out, and it just goes like stiff, and then it starts shaking, and everyone goes oh, and then it still like just freezes, and then the guy takes one from like right near the top, and the entire thing crumbles. The entire like audience go crazy. The thing though, like when the blocks fall, one of them hits him in the eye. So he's in pain. He's like because he's been running back and forth and shit. He's knackered. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's done it, people! He's done it! He's won 3 events straight in a row." Because like he won one before as well. No, 4 events. 4 events. He's won 4 events. Now all that's left is the main event. You know, the Scrabble Championship. Tune in to see how it goes. And they're like, "Oh, how you doing, man?" He's like, "I can't play. I can't play something. I can't think of an injury that would make."
No, it's not that. It's he's not allowed to play, is he?
Oh,
Because he's a part of the Empire.
The doozy, yeah.
He's the heir to the Scrabble.
To the Scrabble fortune.
Empire.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So I haven't got to do the stupid injury, because that was really just forced in there. Yeah. So they're like, "Oh, what are we gonna do?" Then he comes back. He's like, "What are we gonna do? Who the hell's gonna be the thing?" And she's like, "Maybe I can help out there." And he's like, "Wow, okay. So now you're back all of a sudden." And she's like, I know my apology probably doesn't mean anything to you." And she's like, "I'm glad you changed your mind." She's like,
Yeah.
She's like, "Now go out there and do what you need to do." And she's like, "But what did you?" He's like, "Do I have to spell it out for you? Go win."
Yeah.
Woo! And it's just like a game of Scrabble or something, you know.
Yep.
Do you want to take it from here?
All right. Well.
Real tense.
Yeah, it's good. It's quite tense, and it's the finals or whatever. She's up against like
Yeah.
Pete.
Davidson.
Yeah, whatever. And he's like, "Yeah, look at you, you stupid woman. You can't spell for crap." Huh? And and she's like, she's really like breaking down a bit, and she's like, "I can't do it." And she just thinks back, and it was the same word that like Nan spelled out.
Yeah.
And she does it. And they're like, "Oh my god, that was a 9-letter word, like, back to back, crazy points out in the arena." Pete's like, stupid woman, yeah. And then she's like, she's just grabbed the lead, but who knows how the game could go? That's the world of Scrabble.
Yeah.
And then he hits her with like a kind of big word. He's like, "Yeah, but it's like a." What does that mean? We have to get the dictionary out for that one. And it's like,
Is it a word? Is it a real word?
Yeah, infallible or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the real word, whatever. And they're like, "Oh no." And then, let's not say it was that. It's a word that like had another word that you can make another word out of.
Yeah, no, I get you.
And he puts that down. And he's like, "I've got this in the bag." And then she's like looking around, and then Scrabble just nods at her. And she pulls out the pieces. Bang, bang, bang. Zemo, Hyberphobian, Grapple, Dapper.
Have you just Googled the biggest word?
I didn't. I was just making that up.
It looked like you were reading like the biggest
No. I was trying to think. I was reading my brain.
Sorry, keep going.
And they're like, "What does it mean? What does it mean?" They pull out the dictionary. And they go,
Yeah.
"It's there." It goes crazy. Like, everyone's going mental. The cheerleaders turn up. They're like, "Oh my god, she just won that!" And then they start going, "G-E-N-N-Y, Jenny, G-E-N-N-N, Jenny," and like everything's going mental. They've done it. Mount Clef High has won the game tournament.
Woo!
After 3 years of defeat. Yeah, everyone's like hoisted Jenny up. Yeah, her mum's like rolls in, and it all goes quiet.
Sorry, I caught you off guard.
And then it all goes quiet. They're like, "Oh my god," and she's like, "Jenny, why weren't you over at the cheerleading?"
Yeah.
And they put her down. She's like, "Because, Mom, this is my calling. This is what I want to do. And now I've won enough money to get you the operation." She's like, "How could you?" But Mom, she's like, "No,
No.
this isn't what I wanted you to do. Cheerleading was my dream. It was your dream." No. Yeah, she goes,
Yeah.
"Cheerleading was your dream." She goes, "No, Mom, it was your
never
dream."
my dream. Yeah.
And then she's like, whatever. She just rolls away.
Whatever.
And it's like it's a sour victory. But then her nan's like comes in. She's like, "That's my girl." She's like, "Baba," and she runs to him, and everyone starts cheering again. Hoisted up the cut, or not yet actually. She goes, I always believed in you. I knew this was what you were doing." So how did you know? He's like, come on, Scrabble every night.
Yeah.
You played that when we were young, but come on, when you were 7, like after, never picked it up again. And to play it now when you're 15, like, come on.
Plus, your fingers smell like Scrabble pieces. Or
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this.
And they're like, oh, Jenny, come on, we gotta go like play in the check or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, can you go talk to Martha? And she's like, don't worry about her. She'll come back. She'll be back. And she goes up there and they're like, yeah, let's get a picture. And they like take the picture and it like zooms out. And then it's like 1 year later or whatever. And then like the board game club is like full of people now. It's like got a bigger following, a bigger room and all that. And then like
they've got like state of the art like fucking virtual reality Jenga and shit like that.
But then like everybody's like around gathered around this table and then it like pans down to Scrabble just being like, so what's your move here? Says her second name. We don't think we ever said that. And it turns back to her.
Like she looks at I think go on, do it.
And she hits him with that piece. They're like, oh my god, get the dictionary. And then he's like, you son of a bitch. Doesn't exactly say that, but
nice.
You've done it. And then she goes, well, that's another victory for her. Yeah. Like, we're definitely going to do this 2 years in a row now. Let's go. And then, like, she's like, yeah, okay, I got to go now, guys, you know. And then she goes home. And she's like, oh, Baba, Mom, I'm home. And then she's like, oh, in here, honey. And then, like, I don't know, her mom's like, oh, I'm out the back. And then she's like, you see her, like, sitting on a chair. Like, just, oh, yeah, I've just got my, like, class that I'm running here or something. And then she's like, oh, do you want a drink, honey? She goes to stand up. She goes to stand up and she's like, oh no, you're still a bit. She's like, let me do it. Come on, I've been sitting down for years. Come on, let me go get you a drink. And I don't know, she's got like a cheerleading tots group, you know, out the back that she runs in the afternoons. Like her Bubba's in the kitchen, like making chili or something. She's like, back from your Scrabble games again. She's like, yeah, I finally beat Steven Scrabble. She's like, oh, that's Scrabble. You're telling me like Randy Scrabble's son? She's like, yeah.
You know, is that
like,
the two of us?
We used to have a thing.
Yeah.
I said, might need to go back. And she's like, Baba, come on, you gotta stop that. And so and it's all one big happy ending, pretty much.
And she's like, oh, just because you think you can beat Steven Scrabble doesn't mean you can beat me yet, does it? Come on, let's whip it out. So you see like the mum and that. No. So you see the two of them playing in the garden. Yeah. And the nan's like, again, when will you ever learn? And puts it down.
Yeah.
And then you just see that, what's her name? Jenny look down at her pieces and she just smirks and goes. And then it like pans out. Yeah. And you just see like the sun's kind of beaming. It's like the end of a Fast and Furious movie. The sun's kind of beaming in. Like you see all of, like the kids doing flips in the garden and stuff. You see the nan like reacting like what? Yeah. Like. And then it just cuts to black.
This is a Scrabble. In the Scrabble world we did it.
And then there are like
Scrabble.
There are bloopers that come up, like animated bloopers. And like, but Jimmy, I need to be the best at Scrabble. What's Scrabble?
Come on.
Yeah. And that's our Scrabble film. Scrabble.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it was nice, easy, like nice and nice and light.
It was nice. I'd watch that. I mean, well, maybe not, but I'd watch it if it was on like E4 or something, like on a Sunday afternoon. You're just like flicking through and oh, what's this? And then like I'll be, oh, that was pretty good, and then like never think about it again.
Like a very early 2000s film.
Yeah.
Like
it was giving me very decom vibes as well.
Oh yeah, also that. Yeah. But all in all, considering we got Scrabble, I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, we did. We had a pretty good run with that.
I'm gonna see if I can add more board games because I like the challenge of like having to
Yeah.
turn it into a
Should
narrative.
just add like random things in
Yeah.
general, like
Coffee
advertisements
cups.
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's it. Yeah, like make an Old Spice movie.
But again, we should be having these
Yeah.
meetings on
No,
it
this
or
is true.
whatever.
Sorry.
Um,
Yeah. Been great as always. Yeah.
definitely.
I've been Cameron.
I think Cameron.
I saw you stop and think there.
I know.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
know. I knew it was coming
Yeah.
though. That was the thing as well.
I'm joking. I've been Curtis.
And I think Cameron. See you next week, man.
See you next week, man.